We've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing lately
We have been.
because I finally have access to a Switch,
Mm-hmm.
and I never had access to any game. That's not true. I could have probably gotten it before, years before, but I never did. I don't know why, but I like it.
This is your first full Animal Crossing because you had the phone game and you liked that.
Yeah,
And then the Switch came out, and for years, like whenever I looked to buy a Switch, it was just
impossible.
yeah, the stock wasn't there. But we had a friend who was getting rid of the Switch, and we said, well, now's the time, so we got it.
Right. So I've been playing it, and you've been playing it,
Yes,
and I've become fascinated
we share an island.
with Nook and Red. Red being the guy who's sometimes there to sell you paintings and sculptures, and sometimes they're real and sometimes they're fake.
Mm-hmm.
And I love him.
And Nook the landlord,
Nook the landlord.
trying to constantly get you into more and more debt, but also not charging interest. So, like,
Yeah.
arguable.
Arguable. Still not great,
Not great,
but
but no interest.
I do love the fan theory that they were once in love, and that they're exes.
You have gotten a lot deeper down the Animal Crossing rabbit hole than I have, because I just like finding fossils.
Yeah, I like.
And you're like, I know the ships.
I like the idea that they were a couple at some point.
Well, they were definitely part of the same criminal syndicate.
Yeah, and so this is Nook by night. I've decided that this is something that they could do together as a friendship, as a couple.
Maybe this is how all the treasures get across the island, is that he's just trying to hide his money.
Yeah, you know. Then you just dig them up.
He just thinks he's forgetful.
I'm sure I put it over here. I even put an X down to mark the spot. But, yeah, no, I've become fascinated. So, you see me futzing with the handle to make it look a little bit more like it looks in the game. And Red's got a bag.
What's in the bag?
The bag in a bag.
What's in the bag?
I decided it's Blathers. But,
That'll do it.
you know, viewers can make their own decisions about what it
Don't
is.
put me in the ground. There are bugs in the ground.
And I did put an X where he's digging,
Yeah.
because that makes sense to me.
Marks the spot.
It's either out in the woods. And, no, I had a lot of fun with this, actually.
Yeah. Them and their criminal enterprises.
Yeah.
Red got you. The first thing you buy from Red is never a imitation.
Right.
But the second thing you bought was an imitation.
Yeah. Which is fine. There are ways to tell, and I didn't realize that, and now I know. So, that statue is just hanging out on the island.
I did avoid the birth of Venus, I think it was. I did recognize that there was something missing. I didn't know what until after, and we Googled it.
It's educational.
It is.
It's actually educational, because you have to look up the paintings to know what they really look like.
Although it is a game for children, so when they're like, oh, sometimes there'll be something wrong with the paintings, and you'll have to, like, know...
Yeah.
I thought it would be, like,
Obvious.
I thought it would be, like, a purple mustache, or...
I thought it'd be like, you look at the Mona Lisa and it's Red's face.
Yeah.
That would be funny. I'd like that.
Yeah.
I would purchase that for my home. But no, it's like legitimately,
It's very low-key.
yeah, it's
It's a missing splash of color, it's some trees that aren't there.
it's actual forgery level.
Yeah.
It's actual forgery. I extra sped this part up with the grass because it took a long time to do it this way, but I'm pleased with it. I tried to make their colors pretty much their colors, but you'll see what I did in terms of deciding by this shirt.
Yeah.
Also, there are easier ways to clean up when you're coloring this way, which I do eventually figure out. I remember that you can just highlight things and tell it to select everything, and then tell it to inverse selection and erase that way.
Oh,
But
very nice smudging.
thank you.
You and your beautiful smudge.
Nice digging. And I'm just trying to clean up. I make some choices about the sky,
Choices.
but you'll see.
We haven't
And-
seen a meteor shower in a while.
No. And I did give it a green ribbon around the back to be a little bit like,
Lather's bow tie.
yes. And then I had to shade the grass the way I did to differentiate between the green and the green.
He was getting in the way of the imitation art scheme,
Yeah.
and Nook was getting to profit from that, so...
Yeah, Blathers can tell when it's a fake.
Yeah.
He's the way you tell otherwise. This this was funny in my head. I don't know that it actually is.
It's one of those things that happened with Animal Crossing, where everyone took the happy, relaxed island game for kids and made it dark. Because there was the Doom crossover that everyone was doing.
Yeah. Rip.
And tear.
Yeah.
You may have noticed that I
Good
skipped
moonlight.
a bunch. Skipped a bunch of shading because I forgot to hit record.
Look at that moonlight.
Yeah. To
Oh,
lighten
that's
up a
nice.
little.
That's some depth-filled night sky.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And these trees will not be casting shadows. Neither do the rocks. But, I would love to say it was on purpose. It wasn't, but I left it this way because otherwise the whole scene would have been really, really muddled.
It makes the stuff pop more.
Yeah, it would have been too much. It would have just been all darkness because
Yeah.
of how many trees there are. So, I accept my decision to keep it this way.
And smudge it up.
Yeah.
There you go.
I tried to make the bag kind of lumpy, like there's maybe somebody in there trying to flap his way out.
Maybe someone with eyebrows
Yeah.
who hates bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you have a fourth of your museum be bugs if you hate them?
I don't know. And he knows so much about them.
He does. Often we find a bug and we bring him there, and I'm just like, I'll tell you a bug fact about this, and Leathers tells you the same bug fact.
Yeah. You could work there.
When I was a child, I wanted to be an entomologist.
So here's my Nook by night.
Beautiful.
And I do like my little rim lighting I did on Nook.
We should make it a print.
Because he was so dark next to all the other dark browns. I needed to differentiate somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the rim lighting.
It's really nice. The rim lighting's really nice.
Thank you. I was just going to keep mentioning the rim lighting until you agreed with me.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's how marriage is.
So, so, do you play Animal Crossing? Audience, rock on.
Rock on.